Hello guys, my name is Desmond and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, please do allow me to say it is very much important that I say it is very much important because what I'm about to say, it's massively. Hey! Massively important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say a day without learning something new, it's a day wasted. By so saying, please do make sure that by the end of each and every talk that I deliver, you learn something new. Very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So in today's discussion, I just want to discuss what exactly is mathematics. I'm telling you guys, after listening to this recording, you won't see mathematics the same way. You know, there's a misconception that mathematics is difficult. I'm telling you, good people, mathematics, it's not that much complicated. It is just a game of which you need to learn, practice. So I'm just going to make it very simple for you guys. Mathematics, it is made up of just three things, only three things, guys. Namely, the sign, the number, and the letter. Only three things. And I'm going to break down each of these. Number one being the sign. I'm pretty much sure that you guys have got your calculators, and if you can take out your calculator, you will see a plus, a multiplication, a division, and a minus sign. There are more signs in addition to that. For example, an equal sign, it's a sign. The brackets, we can also talk about less than, greater than, or less than or it's equals to, greater than or it's equals to, and there are many more signs. But normally in mathematics, especially your paper 1 and paper 2, you are most likely to be dealing with an addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, brackets is equals to, less than, greater than, less than or is equals to, greater than or it's equals to. There are many more signs that you'll be dealing with, but just to keep things simple, let's only focus on those and say under the signs, you need to be aware of those signs and understand how to use them. Number two being the number. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if we had to count from 0, we can count until end of the year. We can count endlessly because numbers, it seems like numbers do not end. You can just count until until you're Madala or something of that nature. Get what I'm saying? So for the sake of keeping things simple, let's say the numbers start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to end there. So I've counted 10 numbers from 0 up until 9. So I'm just going to keep it short and say whatever number that you can think of, it is actually made out of these 10 numbers from 0 up until 9. For example, 17, it is made up of 1 and 7. So 17 is the combination of 1 and 7. What number can you think of? Let's say 100. 100, it is made of 1, 0, and 0. 172, it is made up of 1, 7, and 2. So that is 172. any number that you can think of, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter whether it's a decimal number. For example, let's say 23,124. It is made of 2, 3, and 124. So I just want you to be aware that any number, it is made up of the combination of these 10 numbers from 0 up until 9. That is why I won't bother to extend counting from 9 up to infinity. So the other thing that you need to be aware of is that in mathematics, normally they use letters. We do know very well that letters start from A up to Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Ladies and gentlemen, we have letters from A all the way up to Z. So it depends on which letter examiner likes using for that specific question. So normally in your question 1 of your mathematics question paper, normally they would want you to solve for X. So can you see that letter is X, which means from A up to Z, they specifically, or if you like, they specifically used letter X, which is what examiner wants you to solve. So that means the letter represents an unknown. An unknown has a value which could be any number from 0 up to 9, or otherwise the combination of any of these numbers. So now, something that you need to be aware of, a number can either be positive or negative. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. A number can either be positive or negative. When you have 2, it's positive 2. When you have 7, it's positive 7. When you have negative 10, it's a negative value. Just be careful of how you interpret those signs. Very, very much important, guys. So we now have something called a term. You need to know what a term it is made up of. A term has got a sign, a coefficient, a letter, and a power. I'll just give an example. Let's say negative 3x squared. Let's try to break it down. Negative, it's a sign. Coefficient is 3. So the word coefficient, you can also refer to that as a number. So 3 is a coefficient, or otherwise it's a number. Letter X is what we call a variable. So it's a letter, in other words, it's a variable, meaning it's an unknown. 2 being squared, it's a power. So the whole of that makes a term. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So something that you need to be aware of is that a term, it is separated by a sign of a plus or a minus. Again, as soon as you understand that maths is actually made out of these 3 things, and again, you fully understand the formation of a term, it makes it easy for you to be able to know how many terms you've got in an equation. Makes it easy for you to understand how many terms you have in an expression. And most importantly, guys, you will notice that in each and every term, it's either you've got a sign, a number, and a letter, or you've got a sign and a number. So that means in any math problem, you should be having either a sign and a number, or otherwise a sign, a number, and a letter. So you just need to be able to interpret those. For example, if you have y, the sign of y is positive. The number for that Y is an invisible one, and the letter being Y is the letter, and the power is invisible positive 1. That makes it a term. If you have 3, for example, the sign is positive, the number is 3, and power is an invisible 1, meaning in that case we do not have a variable, we do not have the letter, it's just a number. So it is very, very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, that you are able to interpret a term and have an understanding that any math component has got a sign, a number, and or a letter. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, I hope with all that I've said, it is going to help you to understand that a math problem is not really a complicated problem, but it's something that you need to be able to interpret, and then from there you should be able to understand exactly what examiner wants you to do. So guys, I hope you did enjoy listening to this. Just in case if you've got some questions or whatever, just make sure to comment in the comment description or in the comment section rather, so that I'll be able to attend to any of the questions that you might be having in relation to all that I've discussed. So good people, just make sure that in case if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, just subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified of my future uploads, and most importantly, comment if you've got any questions, suggestions or whatever, and then from there I'll attend to that. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for joining. My name is Desmond and I'm out.